Most B2B businesses have no idea which marketing playbook to run for the stage of growth they're actually in. Founders either try to scale with $1 million marketing habits or copy $10 million marketing strategies before the business is ready for them. Both paths lead to wasted budget, weak execution, and stalled growth. Most marketing advice treats every business the same. Same channels, same checklists, same tactics. But what works for a founder bootstrapping the whole thing themselves is completely different to what works for a business with a real team in place and a real budget. The stage you're at decides the playbook, not the other way around. I'm Laura Craig, and for the last 20 years, I've been responsible for the marketing of more than 350 businesses, including Unilever, L'Oreal, and Carlton United Brewery. And in this episode, I'm going to break down what B2B marketing should look like at 1 million, 5 million, and 10 million, starting with the foundations most businesses either skip or get wrong. Stage 1. So I'm going to say this is about 500K to 1 million. It's about the foundations at this stage. At 500K to 1 million, you've proven the concept. People are paying for what you do. The model works. But if you're still doing most of it yourself or with a very small team, every single dollar matters. This is foundation territory. Most founders at this stage make one of two mistakes. The first one is that they skip the foundations entirely and jump straight into ads and funnels, copying what they see the bigger businesses doing online. The ads don't work because there's nothing underneath them. No clear messaging, no real positioning, no website that actually converts. They burn through money, decide marketing doesn't work, and go back to selling one-on-one. The second mistake is the opposite. They spend 2 years tweaking the logo, redesigning the website 4 times, and never actually properly start marketing. They confuse looking ready with being ready. The job at 500K to 1 million is to build the foundations that can then carry you to $5 million without you having to redo everything later. So what does that foundation look like in order of priority? The first thing is positioning and messaging. Who you serve, what problems you solve, what makes you different, and how to say it in a way that actually connects with the people that you want to work with. 80% of marketing effectiveness is the message and the creative, not the channel or the budget or how often you post. The message. So get this right before anything else. Then your branding. Not a 6-month brand exercise, just a brand that doesn't look like a startup that gave up. Logo, identity, photography, a capability statement, social tiles, the basics, but done properly. Then your website, built into a sales asset. Clear messaging, social proof, an obvious next step. In B2B, your website is your most public sales asset. And for most growing businesses, it's also the biggest leak in the entire marketing system. Then your digital footprint, LinkedIn profile sorted, LinkedIn posts going out, Google business profile claimed, reviews coming in, the basics people check before buying from you because they are checking. Every B2B buyer is checking. Then a capability statement or sales presentation. B2B sales cycles are long and you need something that does the selling when you're not in the room. And then from there, you should be focusing on free and low cost marketing. Networking, referrals, partnerships with non-competing businesses serving the same audience, podcast guesting, LinkedIn outreach, testimonials and case studies, even from 2 or 3 clients. A bit of content on one channel done well, not everything, everywhere done badly. Here's what it looks like in real life. A B2B service founder doing about 1 million, mostly relying on referrals and one-to-one sales. The marketing job at this stage is to support the founder selling, not replace them. So you get a marketing strategist to help you nail the positioning, build the website, sort the brand, then write the capability statement and design the sort of brand assets. Then you as a founder execute. Networking, LinkedIn posts, blogs, newsletters, asking for referrals properly, sending the capability statement. That's the engine at this stage. So if you're at $1 million, here's what to do. Get the positioning and messaging locked down. Don't write a single piece of content. Don't redesign anything. Don't run a single ad until this is done. This is where the work compounds everything else. Audit your website against your messaging. Does it actually say who you serve, what you solve, why you're different? Or could it be for any of your other competitors? If it could be for any of your competitors, it needs rewritten. Pick 2 or 3 low-cost channels. Commit to them for at least 6 months. And of course, use AI to multiply your output, but build a great marketing strategy first and prime it with real business context and a really great messaging strategy. Your strategy, your voice, your customers, that's the difference between AI sludge and AI that actually sounds like you. That's the foundation. But here's where most businesses get stuck. They don't progress the build on their marketing and they don't continue to create more growth assets to drive the business forward. So let me show you what changes at 5 million. Stage 2, 5 million. Brand, digital presence, and outsourced marketing. At 5 million, the model is working. Revenue is real, profit is real, you've got some team around you, but the marketing that got you here will not get you to 10 million. Here's the thing most $5 million founders don't see coming. The founder can't be the marketing engine anymore. The sales cycles are getting longer because the deals are getting bigger generally. The referrals that built the business are no longer enough to feed the growth you actually need. This is the stage where most B2B founders stall. They've outgrown the founder execution model, but they haven't yet moved into the scaled marketing model. They're still doing scrappy LinkedIn posts and chasing referrals, but the business needs a lot more demand than that produces. The job at 5 million is to build a brand and digital presence that does the heavy lifting for you and to stop trying to do all the marketing yourself. So what does the playbook look like? Everything from 1 million still applies. So positioning, messaging, website, digital footprint, all of it. But now you're building on top of it. The 5th shift is some paid ads, some light testing on Google, LinkedIn, Meta, maybe other platforms depending on your audience. Mostly to amplify what's already working and to retarget warm audiences. You're not throwing big budgets at cold traffic yet. You're testing, measuring, learning. And the 6th shift, the one that changes everything, is an outsourced marketing team. Here's what I see again and again at 5 million. The founder decides it's time to take marketing seriously. So they hire a marketing manager, one person, mid-level, maybe 90 to 120 grand. They expect that person to do the strategy, content, social, ads, the website, the email, events, design, and everything else, and to be brilliant at all of it. It doesn't work because no single person at that level can do all of those things well. So they end up doing some of it badly, the founder gets frustrated, and after 12 months, they're back at square one wondering why marketing doesn't work for them. The problem isn't the hire, it's the model. One generalist hire isn't a marketing function. It's a bottleneck dressed up as a solution. Here's what actually works. An outsourced marketing team with a senior strategist, a marketing manager, a marketing assistant, designers, digital specialists, and content people. A full team for less than the cost than one internal hire. That's the math that most 5 million founders haven't seen yet. And once they see it, they don't go back. Let me give you what this looks like in real life. A B2B tech or professional services firm at 5 million, founder-led, no real marketing function. They bring in an outsourced marketing team. The team builds the strategy, refreshes the brand, the website, runs the founder's LinkedIn, builds a content engine, sets up the email nurture sequence, starts testing on paid. Within 9 to 12 months, the founder isn't the bottleneck anymore. Leads are coming from more channels other than referrals. The brand looks like a $10 million business, which makes the next stage much easier. Now, AI at 5 million, that's when things really start to compound. AI multiplies the output of the team. Content production goes up 5 times without dropping quality, as long as your brand brain is set up properly. By brand brain, I mean living context you give the AI about your business, your strategy, your voice, your customers, your offers, your messaging. The more depth you give it, the better the output. Campaigns get built faster. The team can run more experiments. The strategy still has to be senior. AI amplifies what's already there. So if you've got senior strategy driving AI, you're amplifying senior work. If you've got junior thinking driving it, you're producing more junior work faster. So at 5 million, here's what to do. Stop trying to hire one person to do all your marketing. It's not a money problem, it's a model problem. Invest in a proper brand and website refresh if yours hasn't been touched since your $1 million mark. Your shopfront has to match the business you've actually become. Build the founder's personal brand. This isn't a vanity project, it's a growth strategy. People don't hire businesses, they hire people. So at 5 million, your face has to be in the marketing. Start light on paid and funnels. Don't go big until the foundations underneath are doing their job. And build a proper brand brain and so AI can produce on-brand content at scale without losing your voice. Otherwise, you're just speeding up generic. That's 5 million done properly. Now here's where it gets really interesting because at 10 million, the playbook shifts again and most businesses don't make it through this transition cleanly. Stage 3, 10 million. We're talking scale, infrastructure, and campaigns. At 10 million, you've got a serious business. You've got systems, you've got people, you've got infrastructure. Marketing isn't about proving the model anymore. It's not about building foundations. It's about scaling demand and protecting the market share you've built. But here's what I see at 10 million. Most businesses at this size are seriously underinvesting in marketing relative to where they actually are. They got here on sales and word of mouth, and they keep treating marketing as a side function. They've got one marketing coordinator who's drowning. The founder is still writing LinkedIn posts at 11 p.m. The website hasn't been touched in 2 years. And here's the risk at this stage. The businesses that pull ahead from 10 to 20 million and beyond are the ones that build a proper marketing engine. At this size, marketing isn't a nice to have. It's the difference between scaling and stalling. So what does the playbook look like at 10 million? Everything from 5 million still applies. Brand, content, funnels, paid, personal brand, but all of it starts to scale up. 3 things normally have to change. The first is that you bring marketing leadership in-house. A marketing manager, or for some businesses, a marketing director or fractional CMO. Their job is to own the strategy, hold the brief, coordinate everything, and make sure the marketing is connected to the commercial goals of the business. They are not doing the execution, they are directing it. This is the single most common mistake at 10 million. Founders hire a senior marketer and expect them to also do all of the work. That's not what senior people are for. The second is that you bring in an outsourced execution team alongside that internal lead. Senior strategists who can hold bigger campaigns, designers, developers, paid specialists, SEO specialists, funnel builders, content people. The internal lead sets the direction. The external team executes at scale. This is the model that gives you the most capability per dollar at this size. Trying to hire a 10-person internal marketing department is slow, expensive, and inflexible. A hybrid model with a strong internal lead and a senior outsourced team is faster, sharper, and costs less. The third is marketing itself gets bigger. Bigger funnels, real lead generation systems, multi-touch nurture sequences that run for months, webinars at scale, live events, real growth assets, reports, research, podcasts, books, signature frameworks, owned IP that compounds over time and that competitors can't easily copy. Sophisticated paid media with real budgets and real measurement, not light testing. And for some businesses at 10 million, this is where above the line marketing starts to make sense. PR, sponsorships, partnerships at scale, speaking circuits, industry awards, the things that build category authority, not just chase leads. Done well, these compound. Done badly, they're expensive vanity. A B2B business at 10 million with a single marketing coordinator who's been drowning for 2 years. They bring in a senior outsourced team and hire a senior marketing manager with proper mentoring and structure around them. Within 12 months, they've got a working funnel system, a content engine that runs without the founder, a paid media program generating consistent qualified leads, and a brand presence that punches well above their revenue. Now they're going for 20 million, and the marketing engine is what gets them there, not the founder selling one-to-one. Now, AI at 10 million, this is where it becomes a serious competitive advantage. Context engineering is the work, building a proper brand brain that knows your strategy, your voice, your customers, your offers, your past campaigns, your tone in different contexts. The whole marketing team plugs into the brand brain, which means that the whole function produces at 5 times the output of a conventional team. Campaigns that used to take weeks now take days. Personalization at scale becomes possible. Real-time iteration becomes possible. And the businesses that don't embed AI properly at this stage will get outmarketed by the ones that do. It's already happening. So at 10 million, here's what to do. Get a marketing lead in-house if you don't already have one. Their job is direction, not execution. Bring in a senior outsourced execution team. Stop trying to hire your way to a 10-person internal marketing department. The hybrid model wins at this size. Audit your funnels and your growth assets. What's actually compounding for you and what's just busy work? Be honest. A lot of $10 million businesses are paying for activity that doesn't move the needle. Invest in owned IP, so research, reports, frameworks, podcasts, books, the things competitors can't copy and that build category authority over time. And build the AI infrastructure properly, not we use ChatGPT sometimes, a real brand brain that the whole team uses every single day. So before I wrap up, I want to pull 2 things out that stay true across all 3 stages because the tactics change, but the principles don't. The first one is this. Tactics are the engine, messaging is the fuel. At every stage, if your message doesn't make people feel something, if it doesn't speak to the actual problem they're living with and the outcome they're quietly hoping for, no tactics are going to work. It doesn't matter how much you spend. It doesn't matter how many channels you're on. It doesn't matter how good your funnel is. A message that doesn't make people feel something is a message that doesn't work. Get the messaging right first, then the tactics earn their keep. The second one is AI. AI amplifies what's already there. At 1 million, it lets a founder produce at the level of a small team. At 5 million, it lets a small team produce at the level of an agency. And at 10 million, it lets a marketing function operate at the level of a much bigger business. But, and this is the part that gets missed constantly, only if the thinking underneath it is senior. AI is not the advantage. Well-trained AI directed by people who know what good looks like is. What changes between stages is the playbook, the budget, the team, and the level of sophistication. Quick recap. At 1 million, you're building foundations. Positioning, messaging, brand, website, digital footprint, free and low-cost channels done well. The founder is still the engine, and AI multiplies what the founder can produce. At 5 million, you build a great brand and digital presence. You bring in an outsourced marketing team and you start founder-led content properly and you do light paid. You stop trying to hire one person to do everything. AI multiplies the team. At 10 million, you bring marketing leadership in-house. You pair it with a senior outsourced execution team. You build bigger funnels and real growth assets. And you embed AI across the whole function. The marketing engine, not the founder, drives the next stage of growth. The biggest mistake I see is founders running the wrong playbook for their stage. Either too small for where they actually are or too big for what they can support. The businesses that grow consistently are the ones that match the marketing to the moment. If you think that's you and you'd love some advice about where you should go next, DM me or book a call with me at vivomarketing.com.au.